Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about something different. Alright, I want to talk about my theory. Now, Mario's 40th anniversary is this weekend, and based on the leaks, I think it's locked that we are getting a Nintendo Direct this week, sometime around like Thursday or Friday, around those 2 days. And because of Mario's 40th anniversary, we are guaranteed to see a new Mario game. And something I do also want to talk about is that in the past, there have been leaks saying that we are getting a Mario Galaxy 2 remastered. A lot of people have been talking about how Mario Galaxy 2 will be remastered. And also, like, many people, they think that Mario Galaxy 2 will be part of the 3D All-Star Switch 2 edition. But I believe that would not be the case. Now, the reason why I'm saying that, there are many reasons why I think this would be the case. You know, I never played this game, but when people have been leaking that Mario Galaxy 2 will be remastered, Mario Galaxy 2, like, it's remastered in a way that, like, it kind of seems like it will individually be remastered, because the switched ports of Mario 3D All Stars, they were they did have like some tweaks a bit, but overall, like, they still like are the same. Like, there's not like any extra content added. The way I'm comparing this is, so here we only got 3 of those games, and it is safe to assume that we will get a Switch 2 edition of this. But like, I don't think it will be this game, because I believe that this game could be even more ambitious. And then another reason why I think that this game could get its own remaster, and should even get its own remastered, is because this game can add like some extra stuff, extra content. And so, right here, as you can see here, Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury. Mario 3D World was not part of Mario 3D All Stars. It was its own remaster. And with that own remastered, we also got an extra content, Bowser's Fury. Alright, this is a new content that adds so much to the game. And because of this content, we were able to go back to the 3D World experience. You know, we get to play even more of 3D World using those kind of physics from Bowser's Fury. It's not 3D World, but we're still like playing with the 3D World power-ups, and so we basically went back to 3D World, but like every enemy is capped. And so what they could do with Mario Galaxy 2 is that to bring back Mario Galaxy and add even more to it. Yeah, sure, they could just do Mario Galaxy 3, but like Mario Galaxy 3, like, do they really have that many ideas on like how they can create Mario Galaxy 3? I'm not too sure. But like, here we saw Bowser's Fury. So what I could believe they could do is that they could create a side game, you know, similar to Bowser's Fury. And Rosalina was a key character in Mario Galaxies, and she is also playable in Mario 3D World as well. But I believe that Rosalina should get her own story mode. You know, it should be a side game dedicated to Rosalina's story. We could see Rosalina's backstory, like before she met Mario. We could see that. You know, Rosalina with Lumas, we could see like its own game, you know, dedicated to Rosalina. Like, she would be the main character, not Mario. And it would be Rosalina's adventure. And so that's what I believe that this game could do if its game got its own remastered. That would be really nice to see, and that would be a great way to bring Mario Galaxy back to the series. And heck, it can even give the developers more ideas so that they might even create Mario Galaxy 3 if they do it like this. And that's one of the reasons why I want Mario Galaxy 2 to be its own remastered and not be part of 3D All-Stars Switch 2. And that's one of the reasons why I believe this could be the case. But that's not the only reason. Mario Galaxy 2. It is one of the few games that are not in the Switch, one of the few 3D games. But what other 3D games are not in the Switch? Well, Mario 3D Land. Now, this game is not on Switch either. And so, it would be really good if they could bring this game back to Switch. And now, they brought 3D World back to Switch, but not 3D Land. What they could have done is they could have brought both 3D World and 3D Land back together at the same time. But they chose not to do that, and instead give 3D World its own side game. But 3D Land, I could not think of any side games coming to this game. But Mario Galaxy 2, though, this game has potential to get a side game, a side mode. This game has potential to do exactly what 3D World did by adding Bowser's Fury. And so, this one though, I couldn't really find anything that could be added to the side game. Maybe put a map towards the side as a small tweak if they're gonna add that into 3D All-Stars Switch 2 Edition. But I believe that this game could work really good for the Switch 2 edition of Mario 3D All-Stars. And yet, a lot of people have been saying that this is the weakest 3D Mario game. And I could see that. I did play this game. There are definitely better Mario 3D games, that's for sure. But it would be really good if they bring this back to the Switch 2, so that people who did not have a 3DS or didn't play 3D Land on a 3DS could play Mario 3D Land. That's what I would love to see. And now, this game, though, this is another game that is not on Switch either. Mario 64 DS. Now, unlike Mario 3D Land, this game though it's not a brand new game. I mean, it is a new game, but it is a remake of Mario 64. What I want to see is that it would be nice to see this game again, but we already have Mario 64. Could they bring this back to the Switch 2 edition of 3D All-Stars? Maybe. And honestly, it would be nice if this was to be the case. But I believe that this game is less likely than 3D Land, because 3D Land it's its own game. This is not its own game. It's a remake of a game that's already in 3D All-Stars. But it still gives the player new experience. You get to experience Mario 64 in a different way. And you also have the fast dash, you have more power-ups, you have more characters, you have more stars. It would be really nice if we get to see this. And so they could just add Mario 64 DS and Mario 3D Land into the Switch 2 edition of Mario 3D All-Stars and charge $20 extra. And I'm saying $20 is because this is a remake of the game that's already in 3D All-Stars. And I only played this game a bit on an emulator, and so it is really different, but I did enjoy it. And overall, I do want to see this game come back as well. So these two games definitely deserve to be in the Switch 2 edition of 3D All-Stars. And this is just a concept I just found. They could just do this as well, But I feel like it wouldn't be a good idea because the only star of the show would be Mario Galaxy 2. Whereas Mario 64 DS and Mario 3D Land, 3D Land is considered the weakest 3D Mario game. And this is just a remake of a game that's already in Mario All-Stars. And so, I doubt they will do this. And another reason why I don't think Mario Galaxy 2 would be part of the All-Stars is because... So here, I found this. It was posted September 8th. Nintendo recently requested a new trademarks for Earthbound, Super Mario Galaxy, and Astral Chain. These two, I never played this game, so I'm not going to talk about them. But Yeah, they requested trademarks for Mario Galaxy. This just confirms that, or at least it like highly confirms, like 90% confirms that we will see Mario Galaxy 2. Or some sort of Mario Galaxy. It confirms like that. And Mario's 40th anniversary is also on the way. And so this Nintendo Direct, we could see that. And so that's what I believe, and that's what I hope we would see. Mario Galaxy 2, and this could be its own game, because they like specifically requested trademarks for Mario Galaxy. I don't know if they did do this like during the 3D All-Stars, like if they requested trademarks for Mario Galaxy when they ported that into 3D All-Stars, but honestly, like, if they requested that, then we'll definitely see Mario Galaxy 2, 100%. I hope that they're not going to do this for the 3D All-Stars Switch 2 edition, and instead, like, make this as a separate game, similar to 3D World plus Bowser's Fury, because this game has a lot of potential to have a side mode dedicated primarily to Rosalina. That would be the best case scenario. Or just like more Mario Galaxy content. And it would be really nice if that were to be the case. Because this game has a lot of potential to bring back Mario Galaxy again. Whereas this game though, doesn't really have that much potential to bring back Mario 3D Land. Considering this game has brought back 3D World. Like, this one, there is like no potential to bring back. Like, add something extra for the 3D Land. This would be the best game for the Switch 2 3D All-Stars. This game, and even this game too, it would be nice if we get to see both of these games come back to 3D All-Stars for the Switch 2 edition. Charge $20 extra. If these two games come back to the Switch 2 edition, and then this game comes as its own game, then we will have every single Mario game for the Switch 2. Every single 3D Mario game for the Switch 2. That's why I prefer to see Mario Galaxy 2 remastered. Because if this is part of Switch 2 edition, then like how are they gonna bring Mario 3D Land and Mario 64 DS back? I mean, if they would create the DS Online, then they could bring this back, but this one though, it will take them forever to bring 3DS Online. These two definitely deserve to come to Switch 2 edition more than this game. And this game definitely deserves to get its own side mode and be its own remastered. But there you have it. This is my speculation and why I believe Mario Galaxy 2 would be its own remaster and not part of 3D All-Stars. Alright, let me know if you agree or disagree in the comments. If you like this video, then hit that like button and please subscribe to my channel. My goal is to get 100 subscribers by the end of this year. But with that said, take care everyone, and I'll see you next time.